Get your life jackets ready. We are jumping into active anchor charts, taking anchor charts from ReadMe to ChimE. And if you'll be the captain, I'll be your first mate. My name is Veronica Lopez, and I've presented for Discovery Education. I've written for Edutopia and ASCD. I want you to know that because I know there are tons of resources out there, and I want you to know I'm a resource that you can trust. If you have any questions, please contact me at vlopez@treetopsecret.com. In this video, we're talking about how active anchor charts anchor your students. Be sure to check out our previous videos, and you can find those at the link listed here. Just as anchors on boats stop the vessel from setting adrift or veering off course, the educational anchor helps a student stay focused on the essential elements of a concept. With an active anchor chart, students are using and viewing visuals. They are able to move the information and the manipulatives that you provide on that chart, and they take ownership over the learning process. They're able to be creative. They're connecting prior knowledge. They're also applying the information in a kid world context, and they can move between lower order thinking and higher order thinking. Their work is self-directed, and they're getting immediate feedback, so they know whether they need to review the information or whether they've hit the mark. Let's talk about some educational theory and how the picture superiority effect creates memory traces. So when a student is using an active anchor chart, they are engaging with different images for a concept. And those images help students with recall and recognition. In terms of patterns, context, and connections, we know that images or pictures help us develop a memory trace where information is encoded in our neurons and brain cells. Pictures should be distinctive because distinct encodings or unique qualities about an image help us with recall. Recall is also supported when we use multiple images for a single concept as opposed to the same image over and over again. So let's relate that to the anchor charts. If we're using the same image over and over again, we're not giving the students as many opportunities to be able to create that memory trace. So when we have an anchor chart that cannot be, where the information cannot be changed or moved, so we call this a static anchor, we're not getting them the best opportunity to create that memory. When we use active anchor charts, such as this one, like we have provided here a visual of the board for action verbs, we have different images that are included in this particular pouch, and we can change them out, and students are working with different images. So each time they engage with the active anchor chart on verbs, they're using different visuals. And of course the kit is, has several visuals, but you can add your own. Whatever it is that you'd like to add to make sure that they're continuously learning and continuously seeing different images, that's going to help them build up their knowledge about the usage of verbs and how they apply to different contexts. So in terms of the list that I provided for you, there are 3 areas I want to discuss. When we look at prior knowledge, kid world context, and moving students between lower order thinking and higher order thinking, we'll be able to see that spark in their learning. And there's nothing like that spark that you feel when you learn something new. When you can see how it relates to a broader context, when you can see how it relates to your own life. Talk about buy-in and talk about time on task and talk about building that intrinsic motivation that you can channel into phenomenal learning experiences. If we look at a few images with students working on their active anchors, you can see they are able to move the information. They are able to try and make sense of what it is that they're working on. I just love these images. It's got some good previews of how your classroom is going to look when your students start engaging with the active anchor charts that you create for them. Here are 3 of the active anchor chart kits that we've put together. And this one is covering nouns, this one is the math chart, and this one is the rock cycle. All of these pieces can be moved, and you can add different types of, just as long as they're light items and you can attach them with hook and loop tape, you can go ahead and place them on the boards. Be sure to catch our video on how to create boards so that you can see some of the other tools that we use or materials that we use to attach things to the boards. All right, start with one of my active anchor chart kits, but a warning. You're going to be stocking the dollar stores to make sure you get all the foam boards before anyone else does. I've done it, and I've known plenty of teachers who have done this too, so beware. So you can check out our Active Anchor Chart Gallery at http://bit.ly/Active Anchor Gallery. Once you're there, click on each of the images to see the full kit for that particular Active Anchor chart, and you can make your purchase from there. And please don't be shy. If you've got a question, contact me. I get emails from teachers every day, and I do my very best to try and respond to each one personally. You can find me, or my email is vlopez@treetopsecret.com. And don't miss the next video. So we know now how the Active Anchor charts anchor your students, but how do they anchor you as a teacher? Until then, happy active anchoring, and we'll see you on the next video.